knowledge is power. Do you want the knowledge so you can be powerful, or do you want to keep your head in the sand? Both are answers. They both have consequences too, though. And so you got to be ready to accept the consequences. Because if not you, I know your competition is doing it, because I've probably talked to them. This is episode 470 of Bella in Your Business. Last episode, I teased that I was going to tell you what I've been going through the past couple of years. And I've done a lot of thinking about it. I have done writing about it. I have outlined it. I've even recorded this actual podcast twice already and decided to just throw it all away. So right now I'm just going to talk to you. I do have a little bit of an outline, and I do not apologize ahead of time if I go off into tangents, because this is going to be one of those episodes like when I was on my road trip and I talked to you, and it's just going to be me and you. I even thought about moving my whole rig out to my living room and sitting on the couch with my big furry blanket, because it just kind of felt like that was the feeling I wanted to come across with. But I digress. Hi, this is Bella with Bella in Your Business, the 270th episode. I'm sorry, not 270, 470th episode. What? I think it's a good place to start, because I have had a lot of evolution, as I hope that you have too in your life. And I hope that your evolution I want to encourage your evolution, your future evolution, to be self-led instead of things are happening to me. I believe that we can make things happen for ourselves, but that we have to have a conscious mind in order to do it and not be stuck in Groundhog Day every single day, doing the same thing over and over, because that's just the way that we do it, right? I believe that we all need to think about our reactions and our responses, and that there's Rumi said that there's power between what happens and our response. There's that little window there, and the more we can create that, we have more of an opportunity to think. And that's a really great way to set up everything I'm about to tell you today. Back in 2022, I'm going to go all the way back there. I feel like I was 4 different versions of myself, but maybe I should start 2018. I started the Mastermind, and I started Better Marketing with Bella. Okay. And what we did is, in the Mastermind, it was the first Mastermind ever, and in our industry. And the way it was set was that what it was back then is not what it is today. And it's by design, because we've evolved and things have changed. And I don't believe in teaching the same thing over and over and over again. I believe in evolving with the world and how people buy and how people receive information and just everything. Marketing with Bella has been evolving. It first started where we only had 6 people, and we would create things for them that we didn't create years later, because social media changed. And so we started providing videos, and we started doing all this other stuff. And then social media keeps changing. And so the program kept changing. And so all of this change it's a necessity, because things that worked a couple years ago aren't going to work now. And that's even more so. It's how agile, how much can you bend and ebb and flow to things, but you have to be seeing that this stuff is happening. So back in 2022, the crack happened. My team was already secretly using what we called Jarvis, which it was to help us write some blogs and scripts and things. And by the end of 2022, November 2022, the last week, it was Thanksgiving-ish, ChatGPT came online, and I was one of the first 1 million people to join. At the recording of June 8th today, they announced last week that there's now 1 billion, with a B for boy, people using ChatGPT. And it is historically the fastest growing app software ever. And it has taken on like a firestorm. As you probably know, you probably have a login for it. And so that happened. And it was like, ooh, what's this nice new shiny thing? You know, there's so many people making predictions, but the predictions were still, the predictions are the predictions, but the timeline was the hard part to nail in. And I'm listening to all these amazing thought leaders, And that was when I started listening to podcasts and following people way smarter than me and following these tech companies and paying attention to their announcements and the commentary that comes from it. And in 2023, in the mastermind, I had Dustin, who created Magi. I knew Dustin from all of my social media marketing days and speaking on stages around the world, because he too was a marketer who would start like lots of different companies. And finally, Magi comes together. Fast forward to today in 2026, it's wildly amazing and helps tons of people. What Magi does is it takes all the LLMs, puts it under one roof. So you only have one login, one password, and one price. Instead of paying $20 for like 5 different things, it's one. And I had him come into the mastermind to talk to us about AI because he was engulfed in it. He taught us things and how to use Magi, and he taught us things like how to create pictures at the time. But at the time, the dogs would have like 5 paws. Like there was always something quirky about it. But it wasn't about the perfection. It was about getting in the sandbox and starting to play with the toys. That was what my mastermind members were doing. I remember Becky went off and created a rap. And it was a rap about a dog that she pet sat for, and she put it on the internet. She put it on her social media. It was amazing. And it was all because she was happy to play. And a lot of our members were. And so we would do that. And then in 2024, I started peppering in different episodes to this podcast about AI. And I also started taking a look at my mastermind, and I started taking a good look at better marketing with Bella is what it was then. And it just wasn't fitting for me anymore. It wasn't feeling authentic. It wasn't feeling in alignment with what I knew the world was becoming. And I pride myself with all of my coaching clients to be able to be the visionary and kind of stand on the roof and see what's going to be coming, what's happening. And I needed to change like this stuff that we were doing, that we'd been doing forever, because I knew that the bones for it were going to collapse. It was not sustainable long term the way I saw the world was going. And I wrote blogs and I started talking about it on my podcast, and I got some people curious and I got some other people really pissed off at me, and they're still pissed off at me. And I guess that's the way you know you're making a difference. Okay. That's something I've always had to deal with, and something I've always struggled with, quite honestly, because I am human. It is tough when people want to say bad things about me online. I did an episode about trolls a while back. It's actually one of my most popular ones. But to that part, I kind of feel like, I am a change maker. I am a visionary. I am someone in the industry who in 2008 was teaching you guys and showing you guys, hey, you need a Facebook page, because it was important back then. Arguably, it's not now, but that was 18 years ago. I was the one out there saying employees over ICs when it was not cool to do that. Everyone in the industry had ICs. I was the one that said, your website should be like, it's easy as 3 steps, 1, 2, 3 to sign up. And now that's pretty much a standard everywhere. There's a lot of things that I've done that have been ahead of the time. And part of that, I understand, it comes with being ostracized or being, we'll leave it at that, okay? And that definitely, affects me. I'm human, okay? I'm human. But what affects me even more is the mindset shift that I see in so many of you guys that happens. And that actually inspired, I took all of my recordings from the 2 1-hour sessions I have every single month in the mastermind in 2025. And I got almost all the way to the end of creating a book. It was called The Strainer. And it was showing everybody these miraculous transformations that so many people in the mastermind in 2025 had from January to December. And you could follow all of their stories. It was remarkable. But the thing is that the stuff that they were doing is, yeah, you could still do it, but it's like, it's outdated now, right? Things have been improved. And for some reason, it was cathartic for me to do it, but I didn't really feel like the need to put it out into the world. So I still wanted to talk about all of this stuff, and this is about 2025 now, and I'm changing the way better marketing with Bella is. I basically fired almost all the clients and said, now I'm only doing one-on-one personalized marketing because I can leverage the AI tools I have, which means I could have 5 blogs, but they could all sound very different and they could all have everyone's secret sauce in it, but then they could also be SEO'd and citable on AI, right? Because I have this knowledge and I know how to take your stuff and make it the best meal possible, not just a ramen noodle. No offense to ramen noodles. And so I evolved marketing with Bella. It was just one-on-one with me. I wasn't contracting stuff out. I wasn't making something once. I wasn't making boring graphics that don't do anything, guys, because I would see this AI slop happening out there and it would anger me because I know that it's not helping your brand. It might even actually be putting people off. And it's definitely not helping AI. And I got to this point. Well, that was marketing with Bella. And in the mastermind, I just started making every single training I was doing. It was now everything was according to AI. So every single month we have a different topic. And so we've been around for 8 years now. So you could basically say every single topic has like 8 months worth of trainings, downloads, thought-provoking questions, activities, challenges, all kinds of things for every single one of them. There's only so much you can do. And so now in 2025, I decided that in my mastermind, at least, I was going to just start doing training videos on demand as people ask for them. I was going to start allowing every single member to have a 20-minute call with me one-on-one on Zoom, answering whatever questions they might have, just as being a member. It was fun for me. It was very much in alignment for me. It is in alignment for me because I love that like Russian roulette kind of feel to it. I never know what people are going to come up with, but it's also a very creative thing for me, and I love being creative. And so I'm injecting AI into everything, and now I'm not afraid of what people are going to say because it's under my lock and key. It's either on my podcast or it's in my mastermind, right? And I will say, some people did leave because they didn't want to have anything to do with AI. That's okay. Um, but what I really decided to do was double down with the people that wanted to. And the people that wanted to, it was amazing what was possible and how fast they were doing things and how they were trying to do something for a whole year and they were able to do it now in 2 weeks and not just do it and get it off the to-do list. But let me tell you, the amount of motivation and excitement and redefined love for your business that puts you from going underneath it to feeling like you are, being smothered by your business and you just never can get out from underneath your to-do list to, oh my gosh, I was just able to do that. It's empowering. It's an amazing feeling. And people are like, great, what else can we do? Okay. In a couple of hours, I'm going to be teaching in there how to get on the local news and get picked up by local newspapers. I gave them a press release, but it's not just sign it out. It's how to use AI to do it for you. Okay. And have a personalized one for every single news outlet and how to have it do it in its sleep. I'm going to teach them. I made a whole SOP for them. So it's not just a matter of that. And just so that you know, and we're clear, the reason why I want them to do it is not for an ego thing. It's because I want really great links linking back to their sites and establishing them as a credible expert and authority in their area when it comes to their business. Boom. Okay. And so all of this stuff would normally take so much longer and it doesn't have to anymore, but you have to have the right strategy. You have to be understanding what to do. And that's why I called the book The Strainer. It was because there's so much stuff out there about AI. You've heard me probably say AI is like a spectrum. And what happens is I strain out all of that information and I say, here you go. This is exactly how you can use AI in your business. I'm even going to give you an SOP because that takes me 2 minutes while I'm putting my makeup on in the morning. Yeah, it's that incredible. We have over 40 trainings in the mastermind right now on AI alone and more as people ask. So now it's 2025 and I've created this marketing with Bella and I'm now 100% all in on AI on my podcast. This is stuff you guys have probably seen. I'm also 100% all in on AI in the mastermind. Okay. I'm no longer posting posts anymore. It's AI. It's basically the only place that you can get training in the pet industry on AI to the best of my knowledge. Okay. And I've been doing it since 2023 for 3 years. Okay. This isn't some cute little fad I decided to do. I listen to podcasts, I read books, I follow YouTube channels of the most impressive people. Um, I go to networking meetings and talk about it with other people. I surround myself with people that are way smarter than I am. And it's kind of like mental gymnastics for me to keep up. And then I figure out a way to micro analyze it to like bite sizes to give to you guys. And it's miraculous. Like the way and the things that and the empowerment that my clients have felt have been incredible. And so all this does for me is it puts me in alignment and it makes me even more excited. I went from in 2022 and 2023 only working maybe Monday, Tuesday in the mornings because I just lost that love and feeling. I lost that excitement to now I could be working like all day long. I take breaks or I'll go get exercise or go pick up Olivia. But I'll work because I'm excited to. And it's been amazing for me because I see what it's done in my own business. I will never teach anything that I know I have improved myself or with my clients. I won't be regurgitating anything that I do because I know it works and I believe it to my core. And I look out there and I see things like that I'm going to call it AI slop. I know that's a term that's probably being overused, but you know, when you're scrolling through and you see either flyers or pictures that look like AI, or you read it and it's not this, it's that. And it has none of their keywords in it. It has nothing it just looks like generic slop. I could put it on anyone's thing. They have graphics everywhere. There's no people on any of their social media and they're paying for this. It makes me angry because these people are being taken advantage of. And I think that these companies also, they just don't realize it. I don't believe these companies are out to maliciously get anybody, but anyone that's not explaining to you that your website needs to change right now, that most of them are not ready to be cited on AI, let alone have good SEO. When was the last time you paid attention to your SEO and made sure that your rankings were up? People don't do that. What they do is they put money behind Google AdWords. And that's also a waste of money because it goes back to a leaky boat. And so now what I've been able to do in 2026, and the reason why you've probably been seeing me do a lot of these audits is because I kind of put a halt on the marketing and the creating of the outward stuff. And I said, all right, wait, let's get your boat in order. Let's make sure that your website is SEO'd to this like 21-point checklist. Let's make sure that we've got every single piece of content is citable by AI, by the standards. Let's make sure that we're also going outside of your website to make sure all of the things are taken care of in the internet land to make sure that it all comes back because it's not just on-site stuff. And it's pretty complex. And I love that Erica from Marketing Solutions is talking about it. Hopefully we'll get her on the podcast to talk about the changes soon. And I love that Precise Pet Care has been trying to integrate AI into their system as well. That's actually a really great example because you see a lot of pushback in there too. Now, it's not always going to be perfect and you have to be in the sandbox. Not every sandcastle is going to come out perfect, but part of getting into it now and understanding and adjusting your thought process to what is actually happening in the world is going to be really important. Your agility, your mind being able to ebb and flow and mold and move around, like it's not just enough just to get a website. You also need that website to be driven around town like a yellow, like shiny Lamborghini that goes vroom, vroom, and people look at it and they can see it. If you have this beautiful Lamborghini website and it's sitting in your driveway and it never leaves your driveway, well, that's not doing anything for you. And so I have started to really, for the very first time in my life, do things that are aligned. And if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. It sounds so simple. It's a lesson I'm still learning because sometimes my body will tell me that yes or no, and my mind hasn't quite caught up to it, so it wants to challenge it. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that. And this is the growth place that I'm at. I'm always asking you guys to shape your perspective, to change your growth, to be open-minded, to walk through the doors because you can just as easily turn around and walk right back out them. And I feel like it's really important for me as your coach to help you understand my evolution of what I've done and how I've been able to find happiness and reignitement and empowerment and excitement in everything that I do. A lot of this stuff is definitely credited to a lot of my one-on-ones, because when I see how excited people get and they go, oh my gosh, I didn't know you could do that. I have one client that said, wow, 18 times in a 90-minute call. That averages to once every 5 minutes, her going, wow, I didn't know you could do that. Wow. And at the end of that call, she leaves with pages and pages of documentation of stuff that we've done, SOPs we've created, or job posts, or interview funnels, or whatever it might be. Because once we have your onboarding and your stuff locked in, this is how I'm able to give people websites now. I write their websites for SEO and AIO. You can get someone like Barketing to give you a website, but then you have to create all the content. And that content needs to be according to your secret sauce, your unique value proposition, right? It needs to be in your words, your tone of voice, your lingo. And then it also needs to have enough of the right formatting and specialties in it. I won't get all into the technical jargon that will get you good SEO, which essentially will get you good citations on AI, which is basically SEO. They want to call it AEO. They want to call it AIO. They're calling it all, it's all going to be SEO, is what I hear from a lot of the experts right now. All of this stuff is happening whether or not people want to acknowledge it. And just like I did back in 2022, and I went through a little bit of identity shift, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, who am I? If AI is coming and anyone can go into ChatGPT and say, what would Bella say about this? And they're going to give a really good answer. Newsflash, people have done that and screenshot it to me. Then what good am I? It's an honest conversation that I had with myself in 2022 and 2023 when I realized how this AI was happening. But what I also realized is that people come to me for me. People don't come to me for me. And so I was going to double down on what authentically was me. So if you're out there right now and you have a unique value proposition, if you have a unique way of doing things, if you have a unique methodology, I suggest you double down on it. I suggest you name it something. I suggest you start talking about it and stop. Stop the self-doubting. Understand that the behavior in which people are finding our businesses have changed, which means you need to change. Understand that you are not just attracting a human to the front page of your website like it's the front door. You are actually attracting humans and bots. More bots than ever are out there than humans on the internet. Do you know that? Okay. Is your website ready for the bots? It's probably already getting bots, but is it optimized for them? This is why and where I do these audits, jumpconsulting.net/audit. They're free. Right now, they're free because once the volume gets too high for me, then they won't be free. But right now, they're free. So if you want to see where your website stacks up, go jump over there. jumpconsulting.net/audit. I would love to do that. Or if you just want to talk, I would love to do that too, because every single time I do a 20-minute session, you guys light me up. And it's like, I don't know, I've never drank like the Monsters or the Red Bulls, but it's what I would imagine. It gives me wings. It makes me want to fly. Like, I love it. So if you wanted, if we've never talked before, this is open to anyone I've never worked with. jumpconsulting.net/2020. And you can get on my calendar and we can just talk. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me. And I'm going to be honest, because your success is my success. And just like I did with the Marketing with Bella program, it was, you know what, guys, I need to put the brakes on this. I'm not going to keep giving you stuff for your social media when I know that your social media ultimately needs to go to your website, or they don't get to your social media because your website doesn't come up. We need to make your boat stop leaking. We need to make the house amazing, and we need to allow them to come in through the windows, the doors, the chimney, the basement, any entrance that they want to come in, because they're not just coming in through your website, and it's not just a human anymore. There's a lot more evolution that is going to be happening. I am 100% committed, and I want you to stay locked and loaded right here. If you have not subscribed to this podcast yet, please do. And please share it with your friends if you find it helpful. But I felt it really important for me to share my heart with you today so that you understand exactly where I am, where I'm going, and what is guiding me. And that is completely anything that is in alignment with what I believe is going to help you the best, because it is the circular energy for me. I help you, you get excited, I get excited for you. We're in this together. Your business becomes our business. That's the words I use. We are going to do it. And it's exciting. Never before has there been a better time to be in business. Be careful what you ask for. People always said, I wish I could clone myself. Well, now we can, and now they're dogging it. Now they're saying, I don't want to clone myself. Well, there's a lot of different ways you can clone yourself, okay? There's a reason why my VA is in another country, and she can write any email to any one of you guys, and it sounds exactly like my brand and not like her, because we've cloned my voice, my writing voice. I have a podcast voice, and I have a digital clone that I don't actually like, a video one. You guys, I want you to understand that there's so much possible right now. And the one thing that might be holding you back is your ability for either AI literacy, or to just be a little uncomfortable for a moment to consider another point of view or perspective. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm evolving as anyone that you follow right now should be evolving. And anyone that you follow right now should be showing you how to use the AI tool in everything they're teaching you. Otherwise, they're doing you a disservice. It truly is. I really believe that if someone you're following right now and who's teaching you something is not incorporating AI as a tool, that's like not using a computer or a cell phone in your business. And it's only going to get compounded. The last thing I'm going to say is, please reach out and get the audit. I'd be happy to do one for you. I've trained my agent on exactly how to do it. All I need to do is really put in your website, and then I read through it really quickly. But it literally goes out and does exactly what I was doing over and over and over again. It's like, I think 14 pages. And it's really eye-opening. Like, you can't fix what you don't know. Knowledge is power. Do you want the knowledge so you can be powerful, or do you want to keep your head in the sand? They're both are answers. They both have consequences too, though. And so you got to be ready to accept the consequences. Because if not you, I know your competition is doing it, because I've probably talked to them. I've been talking to a lot of people. And I think the biggest part of this is, I can't believe it's taken me this long to say this part. One of the reasons why I also wanted to do this podcast is you're going to start to see, if you haven't noticed it already, I've been doing a lot of work outside of our industry as well. The thing that kills me about the pet industry is that we've always been so far behind the times. It's been like 2 years lagging behind almost all technology, whether it's like scheduling software or AI or taking payments, or, it's just, some of it's archaic. And for me, who's ebbing and flowing and growing, I'm now working with a lot of companies that are outside of this industry. So I'm telling you this for a couple of reasons. One, if you see me doing that, I'm not getting out of the pet industry. I'm still very much firmly planted here. But I've also expanded my horizons. So maybe you have a husband or a wife who has a business who you didn't think I could help. I absolutely can. But I've been working with like financial planners who have a bunch of agents, been working with PT clinics. I've been working with roofers. I've been working with house cleaning companies, any service business, And then I've been working with entrepreneurs too, like auditing their days and explaining to them, okay, here's how you can implement AI. Here's your instructions, or I can implement it for you so you can get going. And it's really exciting. And that's why Vasta has been created, that website. It's why I created AI for the Busy Human, which is a podcast that solves one busy human problem a day with AI. And it's 12 minutes to 17 minutes. You can download all the prompts that I gave you. There's 43 prompts over the whole season by going to bellavasta.com/busyhuman. And what I did is I also took that and I started getting a lot of local press from it. Thank you, Claude. And I'm going to teach my community in the mastermind how to do all of that in just a couple hours. This week, it'll be the third month in a row that I'll be on Fox Phoenix talking about AI for the busy human. And it's just something really exciting. And to give you the deepest part of my why, my business why right now, is I get to do all of this stuff and help people. But I have an even bigger burning desire in my belly to help the world. And the way that I plan on doing this, I'm going to put this out there in case any of you guys know anybody, is that I want to teach AI literacy to children in the underprivileged. And I am going to do that. And I'm in talks with a couple of people to do that, but I need grants and I need the organizations. And so there's a lot of things out there right now, and I've been working on this for the past 4 months. And that's the vision that's been placed on my heart. And I'm really excited about it. I feel like AI is a tool that is going to help level the playing field for so many people if they let it. And you don't have to have a business to do that. It's proven through my daughter and her AI literacy skills. She teaches me some stuff sometimes. And I think that it's remarkable, and I will keep evolving. I just felt it really important to express all of this because you guys might have seen it, but unless you've been paying close attention, you might not have understood it all. And I really wanted to just come to you for a personal episode today and let you know. So I'd love to hear how you feel. I love to hear how your AI evolution has been, or maybe your evolution in your business. Something else that's really amazing that's happening right now is that a lot of people are getting out of the industry because they've been in the industry for 20 years. And so it's right on track with everything else. I don't know if you follow Cody Sanchez. She's made a whole business off of it, but there's so much wealth transfer happening right now between the boomers to the younger generations right now because they're retiring, they're getting out, and there's a huge opportunity right now. And then I think there's a huge opportunity because so many people are like, oh, I don't want to do this AI thing. I'm out. And it's really interesting. So if any of this resonates with you, if we've never met, jump on my calendar, jumpconsulting.net/20. If you want an audit, jumpconsulting.net/audit. And I'll get you one right out. I hope you guys are having a really great day. I hope this landed somehow with you. Feel free to message me and let me know. And if you have not already, please subscribe and please leave a review. I'm talking to you. If you're hearing me right now and you have not left a review wherever it is that you listen to the podcast, please, it would help me so much. Leave a review. I do not ask you for anything for these podcasts, just your time. And your time is very valuable. And I appreciate that you've spent it with me. When life gets you down, guys, I want you to always remember to always keep jumping. Hopefully you'll jump my way and we can jump together. Have a great day.